Hello everybody, my name is Chris Ogle and welcome to the Link for Growth National News Show, the first one of this year, January the 3rd, 2015. I can't believe we're already in a new year. What happened to 2014? It came and went in a flash, but there are lots and lots of things that happened in 2014 that I just want to do a little bit of a recap. But the main thing that happened in 2014, looking back, is that we introduced a new structure for Link for Growth. Link for Growth had been growing quite nicely, but it was clear during the start of 2014 that in order for us to achieve the goals and ambitions that we wanted to, then we just had to put in place a different kind of structure and a different type of strategy, which we've done. We've done that during 2014. It was a real challenge, and these things are never easy because with change comes challenges. So anyway, but we've successfully done that. We've come through, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk about the different elements of Link for Growth and what we can look forward to in the coming year. So the event side of Link for Growth, you may or may not know this, but Nikki Pepper is the national network support person heading up that side of things for Link for Growth, and she's doing a huge amount of work behind the scenes in improving the processes, improving the documentation and the availability and the access of that for everybody in the organization. And that's going to help us to deliver far more consistently, and it's going to keep us really bang on to the core values, ethics and principles of Link for Growth. And that's something that we have to fundamentally adhere to, and it underpins everything that we do. So this is a really important part, and Nikki's actually looking after things like the website district pages, making sure they're up to date, making sure that the people that are involved in the organization are duly represented in all the different parts of social media that we use a Link for Growth. So that's all been put in place. There are a few things left to do, but in principle we're good to go, and we're kind of cleaning up a lot of the anomalies that we had in different places on Eventbrite and Find Networking Events and the website, and things just not being quite all together, but we're getting there. So that's been going on in the background for the last few months, actually. The other thing that has been launched in 2014, which is very exciting, is the Link for Skills platform. That's the workshop and the training. It was clear very early on, after appointing Carol Dodsley to the position of looking after this, that what we needed was something a little bit more robust and a little bit more scalable than what we had. We've not got everything in place, but the Link for Skills website is up and running, and the presentation of all the different workshops and trainings that we're currently doing are all there. And essentially we've got two sides to that, which is really exciting. We've got the Foundation Engagement Program, which is all about ensuring that people can play a part online in exactly the same way that they do in reality in the community. Now, this is a huge challenge to take people through that journey. Social media is vast. It can be very confusing. There are so many platforms out there, it's quite difficult for people to grasp it, especially if previously they've not really needed to use it. But going forward, 50% of what we do in terms of our business, if it's a business or charity, is offline work, and 50% of it is going to be delivered online. And there's no avoiding it. It's got to be like that. It is going to be like that. And people who are out there running organizations need to understand that it's no longer an excuse to say something like, I'm just not that good on computers. Those days are over. So the foundation engagement program, half of it is about getting people able to participate more effectively online. And we've got a whole series of programs that are designed to take people from a very foundation basic, how do I actually operate the software, right the way through to being actually able to use it strategically for whatever it is that they do. So that's a really important thing. The second side of it is even more exciting, which is basically saying that collectively as a nation, we have all the knowledge and information that we need. The problem is that it's not where it's needed, i.e. it's locked in people's heads and it's it's not available for people who need that knowledge to easily tap into it. So we have developed open source Link for Skills. This is where anybody who wishes to impart their knowledge on others can learn how to create a workshop, learn how to deliver that workshop, become a Link for Skills trainer, and then deliver that workshop through the Link for Growth community. But not only that, well beyond that, because these things are open to anybody on the globe if they want to come and get that knowledge. So that's serving, we're calling it the People's University, because it's actually exactly what it is. It's about us helping each other to get up, not trying to trample on people, which is the old way, but actually people helping each other in a whole myriad of ways. And one of them is education in a very cost-effective way. So that's the Link for Skills program. And Jenny Braithwaite, a quick mention for Jenny, who's been working extensively with Carol. Carol has recently moved not just house but country, and consequently that's brought its own set of challenges. But Jenny has been helping there to kind of keep things moving in the right direction. So a massive thank you to her as well. The other thing that's coming up that Carol's very involved in as well is the L4G.TV project. This is about us being able to share not only what's going on locally via a national platform, but also deliver national TV shows that are of interest. So instead of what we're being limited to through normal TV programming, this gives us an opportunity to have extensive debates, discussions, and information sharing from the people themselves. So very excited about that. Really looking forward to the first show. I don't know any details about the first show. I know there's shows going to be written about finance. There's going to be shows written about food and diets and nutrition and stuff like that. But really excited to see that take place as soon as we can, really, in 2015. There will also be the introduction of Link for Business during 2015. Now, this is not something that's been talked about hugely, but it is something that's going to happen. We're recognizing that actually in the local economy, it is important that business in the local economy is vital. It's the lifeblood of community. So it's in our interests and everybody's interests to provide services to that group of people which are specific to businesses and maybe even charities. So there's going to be a focus on that, with the first services coming out of that being mastermind groups, virtual mastermind groups, which we will be developing over in the first quarter of 2015, and they will be rolled out as well. So if you fancy getting involved in anything to do with Link for Business, or in fact any of these other things, and you want to learn more, then please do drop me a message on the forum. You can personal message me there, or maybe just drop a post on there, or you can connect with me on all the regular social media platforms. There is a project this year to get Paul Violet in the national newspapers or onto TV in some shape or form. Paul Violet is the communications officer for Link for Growth, and along with that role, we just need to get him up on a podium somewhere to start spreading the good news If there is anyone out there that's in PR that's watching this and fancies getting involved in what is going to be a huge project going forward, again, do drop me a message or let me know who it is or you're thinking of, because this is something that we're going to address big time in 2015. Deepa Kotak continues to develop her districts, of course she does, but she's also looking after the social media for Link for Growth. You might have seen some recent posts, and just as we've started 2015, do please encourage people to like the Link for Growth pages on Facebook, but also do share the content that we're putting out there and spread the word of Link for Growth, and comment if you can as well. So we've implemented all of this structure during 2014. It's now ready for scale. It's now ready for us to start to grow into that. And in line with some of that, and to support and help it, there is another book in the process of being created, which will be out in January because of the urgency of the need. And this book, if you remember, the first book was about why Link for Growth exists. So that was, you know, what the challenges are, what we're looking to do, what we're trying to deliver, how we're organized, what kind of events we run, how we're structured, what events we put on, and how you can get involved. Well, book number 2 is the practical side of Link for Growth. This is about, okay, I want to rebuild community. How do I actually start that process? What do I actually have to do on the ground on a Monday morning? I'm doing rebuilding community now. What do I actually do? The book will come with a supporting spreadsheet as well, and that spreadsheet has got all the necessary headings, etc., to get people off to a flying start and really starting to implement some strategies for rebuilding community. And I have to say that through 2.5 years of community building experience, there are a huge amount of challenges out there, because on a micro scale compared to the national scale, it's the same problem. You've got groups of people who are really looking after their own interests, not looking after the interests of the population at large. And this is something that we've got to break. It's got to be cracked. There's no way you can rebuild the community with the existing infrastructure. We just have to go out there and create a new infrastructure that works for the people, with the people's support, of course. And then we can reorganize things, because there'll be absolutely, it will be as clear as the day to what we have to do. So yeah, the book's coming out, and essentially there are 3 things that we can get stuck into in community building straight away. We can start to remove the cloak of invisibility for local independent charities. Now, this is these small independent charities, and I bang on about this all the time, are pretty invisible, and they're all grappling for the same a percentage of the giving pot, and it's soul destroying, because the amount of money available is going down, and quite frankly, the ones that have got the people out there, fundraisers who are paid for people, are getting the lion's share of any money that is available, because they can market themselves more effectively. They get out there and they're just able to access the funds because they've got more feet on the ground. The small independent charities don't get a look in, and it's that kind of thing that we've got to put right, because what they don't want necessarily is more money. They need more people to know about them, and that's where Link for Growth comes in. So that's the first side of it. The second side is starting to get the local independent businesses to rally around themselves and to start forming a team of momentum as a team of local independent businesses. Why? Because by knowing about each other and by creating momentum, they will raise their profile. They'll raise their profile, more people will know about them. When I stopped using supermarkets at the end of September 2013, my biggest challenge was, where can I buy this stuff? Where can I find it? Because actually people are they're just hidden, and it's about getting this momentum there. So that's the second thing, getting businesses to start to participate. And the third thing is then sharing that information out there in a way that can be easily found and easily consumed, and developing a very strong buy local ethos in the community. If 10% of the population started to use local people more often, that would be a massive change on a national scale. So we're not looking for 100%, we're not even looking for 50%. 10% is a start, and that's where we're starting. So these are three things that we're really going to be working hard on during 2015. And to make this all possible, we've now developed the concept of what we call district websites. Now everybody understands what a website is, so we're starting to roll these out, and I'll put a link on this particular thread so that you can have a look at the one that we've got running for Southwest Hearts. But there's the Northeast London one has been put in place now, because the ladies over there are really up for it. They're talking about a TV show this evening. In fact, they're doing some interviews, and they're starting to really get that. So by putting this district website together, we now provide a platform for all manner of things. So local Link for Growth events that are going on, local events for the district, right across the district, not specifically Link for Growth. Anyone can put an event on there. All they need to do is tell us, or we can open up the editing of these calendars so that other people can start to add things to them. We've got the TV, we've got links to each of the communities within the district. We've got what else have we got? There's a blogs on there as well, so that we can create articles. We can create, if you think about a local newspaper, there's a feature on editorial. That's the kind of concept that we're building here, all via the one single website. So that's really exciting. Northeast London is up and running. We've got North London to come very shortly, and Northwest London. And basically each of the district leaders, once they have a strategy in place for how they're going to go about building community, then we can put these district websites together so that they can start to actually do it through an online presence as well. So very exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing many of those go live during 2015 and really set the tone for what will be a massive expansion throughout this year, 2016 and beyond. So that's about it. It's a quick update. I want to say thanks to every single person that's involved in Link for Growth, whether you're a district leader, a community leader, a community host, whether you're somebody that comes along and enjoys Link for Growth events or participates online. We're all absolutely important. No one more important than anybody else. We're all here to basically raise everybody up. That's the ethics and the principles. Everyone's equal, everyone's important, and we've all got a part to play if we want to. And that's entirely up to individuals. But once people get involved in community building, it is incredibly rewarding. So so I hope you had an absolutely fantastic festive season. Today's the 3rd of January. It's all action stations and back to the grindstone on Monday. And I hope you had a fab time and you're ready for the new year. We are at Link for Growth, ready for what's going to be a massive, huge scaling 2015. So keep community building. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you all again next month at the beginning of February, when of course it'll already have been a 12th of the year gone. So let's make it a great January. Bye for now.